Reporter Emily Wither is in the newsroom.
Well, Emily Wither is at Scotland Yard. Emily, can you tell us what the situation is there?
Well, yes, Jackie, considering that we're 150 miles from the epicentre, just look at the destruction behind me. This is a 6-storey building in a residential area that's been completely reduced to rubble. People here have told us that 14 people are confirmed dead, but there are 80 people still trapped inside, and there are people up there with just their bare hands. Just to say, the following scenes are distressing.
It's been 24 hours. Has no one come here to help?
Sadece yiyecek, çikolata, meyve suyu yardım oldu bize. Şu an sallanıyoruz.
There's a tremor.
Songa tells us she can hear her sister trapped under her home with her son in her arms, and not one person has come to help.
Bu yana sesi geliyor. Abla dayanamıyorum artık.
With each passing hour, this is a city of broken hearts that's running out of hope. At first light, people dig with their bare hands, only pausing in moments when their pain becomes too much. Among those still trapped inside this building is a 9-month-old baby girl called Zeynep. They've just heard her crying, which means there's a chance to still save her. Why didn't help come sooner, he shouts at the health and defence ministers. When they turned up today, they were confronted on the streets. Why is it taking so long for the rescue efforts?
How is it being seen in Israel at the moment?
It's definitely being seen as delayed here in Israel. At first, the Israelis were very clear. They said they wanted to go into Gaza and stamp out Hamas once and for all, but it's now become enormously complicated for them. They're under a lot of pressure, not just internationally, but also from the families of the hostages who've been out on the streets here in Tel Aviv demanding that more is done to try and release their loved ones.
Emily Wither joins us now from Istanbul.
Internationally, these elections matter. Turkey has long been an awkward NATO member. Erdogan has a very cosy relationship with President Putin, which has long caused unease among the alliance. And with Don't be fooled by the T-shirt. There are many bad days living on the roadside. Savash and his family lost everything, and now he must provide for his 3-day-old son. At 23, he's only known life under Erdogan. He calls him the father of the country, but blames him for his harsh reality. The governor's office here in Hatay say that they've checked the sites and that the asbestos is within safe levels. Do you believe that?
Hayır, inanmıyoruz. Çünkü
We hopped aboard this giant warship to get a glimpse inside one of the world's largest floating airports. Planes were grounded at the main international airport in the Sudanese capital. If you think it looks frightening from the outside, imagine the view from inside, as passengers at first had no idea what was going on. If they tried to tune into local TV, the situation is calm here, says the anchor, before gunfire cuts the broadcast. In the coming weeks, asylum seekers will start to arrive in this tiny, idyllic community in Dorset, housed on the water, far from sight. No coincidence that today we were invited on board to look around, a stark attempt to shift focus from electoral setbacks. The boat is exactly how the government have described it. It's basic and functional. But what really stood out for me is just how austere it is. It's really not welcoming at all. But maybe that's the point.